I was having some conversations with some young people in Koboko and in Kampala about what they thought about Bobby Wine. And this was not recent. This was in 2020, 2020. I think probably around December there. It was the height of the campaigns. There was so much going on. But I was asking if some of them were going to vote for Bobby Wine, since he was the hottest thing. But I was so surprised that some of them really said, "No, I'm not going to vote for him." And I asked why. But some of them were like, "This guy, the only thing that he has communicated clearly to us is that he wants to remove Museveni
Right.
in a very clear slogan, which is
Mhm.
Museveni must go." But he
Mhm.
hasn't told us what
What
next
next?
after
Mhm.
Museveni.
Mhm.
And so for that person, that was like the most defining thing for him. And so for him, he thought, unless that is communicated clearly, what next after Museveni, he still doesn't see Bobby Wine as a presidential candidate, because all he does is just, we want this guy to go, but doesn't give a very strong political and economic agenda for the country and how he's going to execute that agenda.
Interesting.
And I think that is probably also something that has worked maybe in favor of Museveni and not in favor of Bobi Wine. But I think looking at some of the recent messaging and the communication and even positionality, how the opposition has positioned themselves, especially Bobi Wine, looking at their manifesto and so forth, I think they have improved significantly from just Museveni must go to now something bigger than that.
Mhm.
And I think that is what Ugandans want to see. And maybe this time,
Mhm.
yeah, they managed to convince Ugandans that we are the right people to bring
I
in the new Uganda.
Yeah, I think I as well had the privilege to go through the manifesto of the NUP, which is titled "A New Uganda Now," and it was really a very appealing manifesto that you could easily see that is what a country needs to have. But the one thing that I guess the opposition is left with is one they really have to work on. Putting down those structures up to the grassroots level. That is one thing. You could have one of the best structure, I mean, the best manifesto in the world, but if you don't take this manifesto down to the roots and tell the people that this is actually what we stand for, then people will never know about what you're standing for.